Hello, hello, and welcome back to drawing. Good morning, Ice. Good morning, Hot Sauce. Good morning, Lobdell. I hope you guys are doing okay. Yeah, we're starting a little early. I was just ready already. I hope you're all doing good. As you can see, I've made some progress on the drawing. Still not sure if I should like crop the side bit different so you guys can have a slightly more zoomed in view. It's always difficult to say. Also, good morning, Kaine on Doodle. I am not cute. But thank you. Greetings, Lena the owl, who is an owl, but also maybe definitely cute and cute. Hi, cutie. Hello, Con Gaming. Good morning. I'm still not cute. Hi, lol. I mean, I already said hi, but... But yeah, as you can see, I made some progress in my own time. Definitely cute. No, how are you? Sleepy, as always. Did sleep okay last night, so that's good. Down at the door. No. You know what? Let's get a bit part of the background figured out. Something I want to do is blur it. Not all of it, but like a good chunk of it. And the foreground can stay unblurred. Yes. Hello, Holy and Evil. Have a good... Wait, that wasn't the lyric. That was it. No, I'm still not cute. Gotta study for my exams. Gotta cram an entire semester in 4 days. Good luck. You got this. I believe in you. Hello, Blue folks. I'm still not cute. Hello, Alicia. Thank you. I mean, it is deep, so I guess that tracks. It is technically food of sorts. Yeah, I started this Artfight being like, yeah, I'm just gonna take it easy. I don't want to burn out. I still have a commission that I'll continue after Artfight, so let's keep it simple. And I'm doing things like this. I didn't learn anything from the ancient Greeks. I will go down in my hubris. I'm not I can't quit now. I'm so far, but I'm also like so tired. Like I have one big attack I want to finish, and I got the revenges I got to finish. But I'm gonna need to like simplify. Like I need to make this more doable for myself. Crunch, crunch, munch, munch. Just don't eat the chibi, okay? They're too cute to be eaten. They're not for nummies. I mean, I joined in the 13 and have 33 attacks. My only break was... Good heavens. By the moon, are you okay? Hubris, as if the gods could strike down someone as awesome as me. I'll let you deal with that in your 4 days leading up to your exams. Maybe that was a little below the belt. Sorry. I'm fueled by my will to fight. I'm fueled by my will to make pretty art, but my will is faltering. I'm not strong enough. Nah, we will see this through. We will finish this to the best of our abilities, and then we'll try and make things more manageable and not take on giant projects. Instructions unclear. Bitfinger. It's so pretty. Oh, thank you. Also, don't bite your fingers. That's not good. Something I wish to do is... I'll just do one on top of it and then I merge them later. And I get some... I got a nice color layer. I can make use of that. I want more colors in my shadow. Or would it make more sense to have... No, well, not that. This is a waste of my points, but oké. Okay. Oh, Nederlandse minuut. Ja, ik ga inderdaad nu niet heel veel zeggen. Oh. Wow. Zo. En dan moet ik een check doen. Dus even... Ah, dank je. Zie, strek. Wegkijken. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6... 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goed staan. Hoe was je ochtend? Ben je oké wakker geworden? Ik ben best oké wakker geworden. Ja. Ik weet niet of dat nu, terwijl ik aan het tekenen ben, de beste tijd is voor Nederlands. Want jeetje, ik teken altijd in het Engels. Ik weet niet of dat logisch... Dat klinkt niet heel logisch, maar ik denk in het Engels voor mijn tekeningen. Ik zou niet zo goed kunnen uitleggen wat ik aan het doen ben in het Nederlands. Ik bedoel, ik weet de helft van de namen in het Nederlands niet. Als ik nu over denk van wat zou zijn. Nee, de hitte was verschrikkelijk. Ik ben blij dat het weer een beetje over is. There we go. I'm fueled by my righteous rate. It's the best mindset for studying. And they jumped. Good luck. The scholars pop so much num num. Thank you. I worked hard. I went from grayscale to color. It's kind of hard to see because I need to turn off a bunch of color layers, but this is, I guess, what it looks like now. To try and really get those values solid. I'm not sure if I'll do this again. Like, it helped with my values, but it was really a pain to color at all. And no, I didn't like the heat. Cute nurse of Swiss lad in a teapot now. Yeah. Yeah, if you just like a bit of a... Yeah, in a lot of cases I already like clipped the color to things, but here you can see that a lot of it wasn't done in grayscale. I have as a backup, because just in case I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I kept a backup version of my entire thing with all the grayscale layers intact, so this doesn't have any colors clipped on. So this is what it looked like before I put on the colors, and I did some testing with like overlaying all of the colors on top, but that just gets messy, so you need to do it per individual layer. I really need to study your art. It's so... Oh goodness, thank you. I don't feel about it my own art that way, but I don't think any artist does. I really like the stuff you do. Like, you get so much more expression and dynamic posing in than I could. Like, I feel my character expressions are usually very stilted and kind of wonky. I really like how you do yours. They got personality. They're alive. I really like how alive your drawings are. En meer Nederlands. Ik snap niet helemaal waarom, maar oké, we gaan ons best doen. Maar terug naar de tekening zelf. Wat was ik ook alweer aan het doen? Dankjewel, graag gedaan. En dank je voor het volgen, Suzukai. Ik waardeer het. Ik ben echt compleet nu kwijt wat ik ook weer aan het doen was. Oh ja, ik was met de schaduw bezig. Dus dan is dat hier... Vinden we dat... Ik denk dat we hem hier eigenlijk minder willen. En dan willen we daar bovenop misschien wat licht hebben. There. I don't speak a lot when drawing because I'm so focused, so I'm sorry if I'm not talking the whole way through the Dutch minute. I try, but I forget the moment I start focusing on drawing again. But yeah, you're welcome, Alicia. Like I think every artist has their own strengths and weaknesses, like their own bits that they do really good. And I think it's good to have someone like, if I compliment someone's art, I try to look for whatever I think they're particularly good at and tell them, because sometimes you don't see it yourself. Sometimes you need someone else to point out like, hey, this is a thing you do really good. Because the thing is, because it comes easy to you, you don't realize that it's anything special. Like, it is so easy to be like, well, it isn't something I struggle with, thus it mustn't be that, like, important, whilst it is. It's just something you're good at, and hence it isn't something that you need to think about too much. It's so easy to overlook. Like, I catch myself doing that a lot. I try to be better about it, but it is hard. And goodness, thank you, Oduran. Everyone looking at the hoochie. I'm still not cute. I appreciate it, but I know I go completely art blind when I draw. Something can be completely glaringly wrong and I won't be able to see it until I print out. Yeah, one trick for like not going art blind when you draw is to... Right now you don't see me do it much because I'm in the coloring stage, and at that point it matters less, or like you're far beyond where you can fix it. But in the sketch phase and in the flat color phase, you could see me like mirror the drawing a lot. If you do it too often, it doesn't work anymore. But by mirroring the drawing, you kind of look at it with a fresh eye, and you'll be able to see like a lot of the mistakes you've made. I really highly recommend canvas slipping, especially in the beginning stages, like the sketch and the line art and just everything where you just lay in the basically the basic structure. After you color, you maybe sometimes you still want a canvas slip. I do it a lot less, because at that point it's probably not going to change that much more. Like, I can see some things here in the canvas slip. I'm like, that doesn't quite look right. I already knew, like, the spout looks a little stilted and, like, this part looks a bit stilted. But at some point I was also like, you know, I need to just continue, and hopefully with rendering, I can, like, make it look like it has proper dimension. And even if I can't, because I have so many other things I also want to draw this Artfight, and I don't want to burn myself out, I'm just like trying to accept that it's not gonna be perfect. You can see it's a teapot, so it might not be the best of teapots, but it is visually indicative of a teapot. My sketches are traditional, so I fix them on my phone. You can always use the liquify tool if you have one. Yeah, if you have one. Sai unfortunately does not. I really need to, like, think about getting into the other popular drawing thing, because there's so many very good tools that I'm like, you know, I'd probably really benefit from being able to use those. But I can't leave Sai, my beloved, behind. I'd have to learn an entirely new program, and that takes so much work. Forgive me if I misinterpret. Why are you brewing tea from a small nurse fairy? You know, I just wanted to draw cute chibis and potions and stuff. So, I don't know. They just ended up here. I actually intended to draw macarons too, but then I was like, I do not have the time or energy to draw macarons because they're actually kind of complex. But this was gonna be like a bakery sort of setting. I simplified it. But yeah, from the description of Cotton, he would be a tea nurse fairy. Like, works at a bakery, is the friend with all the bandages. You know, always carrying bandages, because you have those, you have the friends that have the medkit. I'm also a medkit friend. Australian, no fairies down there. How do you get fairy bread then? You tell me fairy bread is not gained from trading with fairies? My whole life has been a lie. He's actually nurse themed? That's kind of weird because I'm currently trapped in a hospital. I mean, vaguely nurse themed. From the description, it's like he works at a bakery part-time, and he's the nurse friend that always has bandages with him. But I don't think he's officially a nurse. But I mean, with the little plus and such, I would say that it's kind of nurse themed. So I want these highlights to pop more because I kind of flatted them down with the hard light, because I felt like without the hard lights, it didn't look much like they were actually in the liquid. But I want to make sure that those highlights really pop, you know? We spent so much time on making them so as strong as they are, so... Yeah, that makes it pop more. Fairy bread is able to be imported. Dead life. Dead life fairies are harder. Oh no. Drove my sister and her kids to the hospital for something really minor, and we got separated, and she had a parking thing that allows me to leave, so now it's my only form of entertainment. Well, I'll luckily be here for a while, but I hope you won't have to be there for a while. I would not want to spend like an entire day at the hospital just waiting for stuff when I'm not even like needing to be there. Like, it's one thing when you're waiting at the hospital to be treated, it's another thing when you're waiting at the hospital for nothing. Well, not for nothing, because she brought people there and that's important, but you know, you don't need to be present for them to get care. Very light hair is both fun and like a curse, because technically this character's hair is white, which means basically you can add any colors you want in the shadow as long as it's kind of pulled from the environment, which is fun. On the other hand, making it actually look like it's meant to be white hair is so hard without having it feel washed out, at least in my case. Like, does this read as white hair? I'm not sure. I guess it has like more of a purplish undertone, but this is as good as it's gonna get. I'm so impressed with the people that like render white hair with all those different colors in it, and yet at the same time it still is like, okay, yeah, this hair is meant to be white. And that's to me. Oh, thank you. It is easier when using the color overlay and already having like the values there. Like, it is easier to add a bunch of different colors. It's 3 AM. I've been here since 11. Just wait time. She hasn't seen it. Dang, that is a very long wait time. I know that that's like how things are, because I'm pretty sure everywhere over the world the medical system has been put under a lot of strain, and there just aren't enough people as nurses and doctors because the job is awful. But still, like, yikes. So, like, I have half a mind of adding, like, cast shadows here, but there wouldn't be any cast shadows because light shadow. So I'm like, this feels weird, but it's meant to be that way. I do think I might want to add some more, like, deepening of shadows in where there would be faults. Question is, can I do that with a multiply or something? Usually I would do it on the layers themselves, but because of the way I've arranged the color in this one, I'm not going to be able to do that effectively. It would be like, that would be very hard to do easily. There would be like ambient occlusion under the hair, like because less light could reach there. But on the other hand, hair is also translucent, so I mean, it does look really good. Like some people would make the hair more translucent by like giving it more of a skin color at the tips. I really like how that looks sometimes. I don't think that would work in this picture, but I do want to experiment with that sometimes because I think it looks really nice. No, I don't think this is gonna work. Oh yeah, and I had a more bluish color added because I didn't think the red looked good. Yeah, I think I wanna combine these. You're gonna add extra shadows without the color overlay because otherwise it'll be real difficult to adjust the colors correctly. I mean, I have separate layers that makes it a little easier to add the shadow exactly where I'd want it to be, so why not use them? Difficulty is technically all the shadows would sort of be reddish because of the liquid, but because the light would be more yellowish, the shadows would be blue, and I'm like, which color would I make the shadows now? So I don't think the shadow color is actually very consistent and makes any sense at all, but we'll just roll with it. It still looks kind of okay, even though it's a bit of a mess. It looks fine. I do think I need a bit of a shadow there, but it wouldn't necessarily be a cast shadow, so let's not make that edge hard. Because it would be a ambient occlusion shadow, because everything that isn't in the bright light is already a cast shadow. We don't have double shadows. It's or in light or in shadow. There's no in between. I mean, you have bounce light that goes into the shadow, but it would still be part of the shadow layer. So. Would technically this be in light, not in shadow? Maybe. But I'm not gonna change it now. Oh, I was like, why does the mount look so not colored? That would be because it wasn't colored. Yeah, that's better. Luna knows much of shadows. Working with light and shadow, I think is my sort of favorite part. It is something that I think comes easier to me than other things. Though the problem is that I do sometimes struggle with volume, which is kind of like important for getting the light and shadow. Like if you don't know the volume, you can't shade it correctly because you don't know which part would be in light and which part would be in shadow. I find them very difficult. Yeah. It is tricky. I would highly recommend the videos of Marco Bucci and Proco are also really good. Like the way like you have basically two versions, two like things to keep in mind with light and shadow. You have like something that gives direct light, and it can be a sun or a lamp or the sun through a window, but if it gives direct light, then there would be like a clear delineation between light and shadow side. There would be a part of the object that would be in light, there would be a part of the object that would be in shadow, and there would be a part of the object that would therefore cast, well, a cast shadow. It would block the light from reaching there. Like it's just, it can't go beyond. Then you have a second situation where you have an object in a room or outside. Well, but instead of there being direct light from the sun, there's like clouds in the way. And they're just, the sun can't come through, or the moon or whatever light source is just completely blocked out. Which means the cloud is already casting basically a shadow over everything. We're already in shadow. But even if we're already in shadow, what you'll see is objects will still have like a darkness underneath them. Because even though we are in shadow and there is not a light direction, light does still come from the sky. Like there is a filtering happening. It's just very equalized. Now, everything will be hit by the light except stuff where the light basically, if it bounces in, it'll get stuck and it won't bounce out. So it won't reach your eyes. So we won't see that area is in light. To us, it'll look dark. Damn diffused light and its difficulty. Yeah. I mean, drawing with diffused light is also just hard. I don't think, usually I don't draw with diffused light because it just looks nicer to have cast light. But in diffused light, there won't be any cast shadows and there won't be any like top and bottom shadows. It'll just be one thing. At most, there will be like maybe a slight darkening underneath an object because the light won't be able to reach there as easily. But in general, there won't be highlights, there won't be a light and a dark. It'll just be the object. And you'll have to rely most on basically the parts where objects are nearly touching to like shade those to give form. So if you have like, I don't know, if this ball would have a scarf or sorts. See if I can draw a scarf on this. Now it's a cloth wrapped around. Now in this cloth, the parts where it like pinches and overlaps would have shadow regardless because of the ambient occlusion, and the parts where it like sits on the ball itself would have ambient occlusion. But everything else would just be like even. And then of course where it sits on the ground, it also would have ambient occlusion because there's two planes touching. Oh, my kitty cat wants out. 1 second. Cat let out. I know from my photography adventures that the fused light is pretty and soft. It makes good even portrait light, but it's not nearly as fun as dynamic. Yeah, for really showing the subtle like curves of the face, the fused light would be better. Because the problem with harsh light is, of course, that, well, or like very strong dynamic light, is that it is harsh. Like, it will cast very sharp, or well, it doesn't always have to be sharp, it can depends on how far away from the light it is. But it'll cast shadows and it'll drastically alter how you perceive a thing. So, but if you've done photography, like observing from real life scenarios is the best way to learn. Like whenever you are taking a photo of something or just walking around, try and look at things with like an I guess an artist lens. Like just walk around and be like, oh hey, where's the light coming from? Where's the shadow being cast? Which parts are in light and which parts are in dark? And why? And am I seeing any bounce light? I think the quickest way you see bounce light is usually inside, like when you have like a bit of light coming through a window and it then just happens to hit, I don't know, a colored blanket, and then suddenly the entire wall looks pink. I mostly do wildlife photography, so I don't get too picky when it comes to... Fair enough, but like you can still observe it. You can still like, even if you only are able to observe it after you've taken the photo, you can still see like, oh hey, where is the light coming from? But you can also just do it without actually taking photos, just when walking around, like looking around and seeing, okay, what am I seeing? Sometimes studying the quote-unquote mundane is the best way to learn, because studying extremes is fun, but most often you won't be drawing the extreme cases. You'll be drawing like, I mean, you can, but it is also good to know, like, sort of have a feeling of what is the usual way things look like, what's the most common lighting and how that generally looks like, just to build up your visual library. But you don't really record that by just walking around and seeing. Like, if we'd remember everything we saw by walking around, then people wouldn't have as much trouble drawing faces and hands because we see them every day. But you need to like really observe and break them down and like analyze how they work to be able to draw those kinds of things from memory. So you need to not just look, you need to actively perceive. It's the best way I can describe it. You need to actively perceive in the world, not passive perception. You need to like active perception the world to really learn from it. It's funny how even if you have no idea how lighting works, people can immediately tell it's wrong. Yeah, like you might not have a constructed understanding of it, like you might not be able to explain in words why, but you have an innate understanding of it, just like how we innately know when a face is wrong. That's why the uncanny valley is there. Like you don't, the difficulty is drawing it. It isn't in recognizing if it's like right, at least not when it comes to like glaring mistakes. I don't know why it's wrong, but it's wrong. Yeah. Although sometimes there will be those pictures where it's like, this feels wrong, but it's actually just a real life picture. That does happen also. It's just because we're not used to seeing that. Like when you have completely overcast days and you take a photo and it just looks kind of weird because nothing has a shadow, your brain will be like, that doesn't seem right. But no, that is how the world actually looks. So there is nuance to it. It isn't always accurate, that sense of this doesn't seem entirely correct. Little too harsh. Like sometimes you will be doing an art study from a phone and a reference image has something in it that looks bizarre. Yeah. Like a foot bending weird or something, and you just know that if you include that in a way, it's in that way that people would point out as being a mistake. Sometimes. I mean, there is also something to be said for like including even the weird bendy parts, because even though it looks kind of off, because it is how people move, or at least some people move, there is a challenge in capturing it in a way that doesn't make it look wrong, but it would require like a lot of construction and detail. You'd need to basically capture it in a very realistic manner for it to be like, okay, this might actually be how that like folds or moves. So, Luna read up. Oh, sorry. Good morning, cute little owl. Hope you're doing amazing. Won't be here for long today. Gonna have to leave after lunch. Got some errands to run and an appointment to go on. I'm still not cute, but thank you and good morning. Hope you have glad to have you here, and good luck with errands in advance, in case I forget to wish you good luck later. And happy to have you here. Like, I'm trying to just only give this the fold shadow, but it feels wrong to just have a thin line. I think that works. That works fine enough. This is also meant to just be white, technically. Like white hair, white cap, white scarf, lots of like white parts of the clothing, which is also partly why I wanted them to be in something colored, so I could like play with them taking on, because the thing is, when light colors or like just pure white, it'll take on the color of whatever is nearest due to like ambient bounce, at least in the shadow areas. That's why I was like, I'm gonna full on blue here, you know? Although this is like a little purple bit, which I might want to smooth out. Question is, where is it? That's the downside of using this way of coloring. It is a little finicky to then go back and adjust things. That is less ideal. It's great for like getting a lot of hue shifts in. Like, I really actually quite like the stark contrast of the deep blue and the light white, even though honestly I don't think that's how it would look in the teapot, but you know, I like how it looks in colors, so we'll just run with it. You can play a lot more with shadow colors when the object itself doesn't have a very strong value. Light shouldn't bounce, it needs to calm down. He looks so realistic, to be honest. Thank you. I mean, that's why I got these guys here. And I also like looked at my own cup of tea when I was working on it, like, how would this look? I was so close to like nearly dipping my finger in it to be like, how would tea look around like skin? I was like, wait a second, no, this is hot tea. I nearly burned my finger being like, I need to study this. Oops. Well, not oops. I didn't go through with it. My brain caught on in time, like, hey, wait a second. For science. No, I mean, I probably would have touched the surface and then pulled my finger back, like... But still, it's like... This was a lapse of judgment that could have been very painful if I didn't catch on time. Because it was hot tea. I just made it. Still need to remember to check the values, though they do seem to be good. I think I want to get... I need a little bit more glass effect on the teapot. I'm missing some glass. I think I just need more reflections, really. Where is the light coming from in this one? Oh, here you can like see a very small effect that I didn't draw in here. But something that's very funny with orbs. Like this, water drops do this too, but also glass drops do this. This is basically reflecting like the area around it, but upside down. So the sky here is this light, then we have the wall here, and then the ground, and there seems to be another like thing off in the distance. Or yeah, I think it might be another thing off in the distance, and then this is the ground. So if you are drawing like stuff like this, like glass orbs, you actually usually want to flip the environment around and draw that in. Of course, that isn't always the case. As you can see here, it isn't, but that's because it's a sort of a clear shoot, so it's like a lot harder to see. Yeah, I didn't do that here. I could do that. I maybe could make like this area. I think I sort of instinctively did that with the dark area on the top and the light on the bottom. Yeah, this is definitely coming from here. Now, yeah, I'm just gonna have to feel around it. Also, I need to put this over the teapot layer, actually, over cotton. Because that's the way I will make it feel like they're actually inside this thing. If the lights also go over them. Because otherwise, it's like, well, it'll just look like they're sort of on top of it, which, I mean, in the layer order they are. So, so we have light coming from here. There would be lots of light in the back. There wouldn't... Yeah, that's the tricky thing. The tricky thing with glass is that it lets through most of its light, and then some bits will reflect it. And how do you know which bits will reflect it? Unless you're like directly drawing from a reference, it's gonna be near impossible. So we'd have light here probably. We'd have light here. We definitely have something here. This would definitely get like light. Might be something here. I want something here. No, this doesn't make the right angle. It should probably be cut off halfway through here after the turn. Nice thing about the marker in Sai is that basically I can set it on a certain density and I can keep like filling it in without having it be 100%. Of course, you could technically just lower the layer opacity too, but this way I can just adjust very easily. I like using this for translucent object highlights. Nuna science for us. For science. Yeah, I don't think I want to burn my fingies for science. Science is important, but we're not making that kind of sacrifice. Mm-mm. Would this be casting some kind of... Probably not really, but we'll go with it anyway because the more sort of gaps we show, the more contrast between the lights and the not lights that is over cotton, the more it looks like, okay, the more the eyes can differentiate, okay, this is a shine and this is like what is in through the glass. So we want to get like some of those in there. I'm not really liking the shape of this one. Not really doing it for me. One point may I have today is another city, so I charged my smart watch phone power bank so I can have Google Maps on my watch to find the darn place and have some extra battery with me if needed. Good call. Though, shouldn't a smartwatch or something like last throughout the day without needing a power bank? I guess maybe if it's old it doesn't anymore, but still, like, should at least last like 24 hours. Or like 16 hours. If you run navigation stuff, etc., it drains the power faster. Oh yeah, true. True. You know what's crazy? Like just 20 years ago, we didn't even have all that navigation stuff. You just needed a paper map and like asking strangers the way. How quickly things change. Gosh, it looks... Oh, thank you. Hello, Ambrew. It's good to see you. Do we want to... Yeah, I do think we want a gap of sorts in here to just like really show the difference between the light and the dark. There. Does it make full sense? No. But we'll just go with it. I want to make this a little pointier. I think that looks good. Yeah, I'm up early once and saw you live, so I can drop by. Well, I hope you slept well and like, dang, really. It's so hard to get out of bed sometimes. And especially with how late you stay up, like, I imagine that it is rare to get up this early. You are more of a night owl than I am, and it's kind of ironic. There are pillars here, so I like making certain gaps in certain parts of the light to keep in mind that there would be pillars blocking the light. Not really keeping in mind exactly where they would be and how that would actually look, but sort of, I don't know, mainly using it as an excuse, but I think highlights sometimes look better when there's gaps in them. I also have a broken sleep schedule because I can't sleep 6 to 7 hours straight due to pain in the joints. I have to wake up, move, and take meds and then go to sleep again. Oh, that's... I mean, technically, your sleep schedule is closer to what it would have been, like, before the Industrial Revolution. Apparently, humans aren't actually meant to sleep 7 to 8 hours in one go. It is normal to sleep, wake up in the middle of the night, do a bit of stuff, and then go sleep again. But due to Industrial Revolution, people were, at least in, like, Europe, it was needed to get a lot of sleep in one go. Yeah. So that's why some people will, like, just straight up, like, wake up in the middle of the night consistently. It is... That is kind of how we're meant to function. You get, like, your pre-sleep, which is then from, like, I don't know, 10 to the middle of the night. Then you get up, do a couple things for an hour or something, and then you continue sleeping. You usually wake up, go pee, go to bed again. That works too. So it is, honestly, it's closer to how our ancestors slept than what most people do. Oh gosh, makes much more sense now. Yeah, and some people are just more sensitive to that than other people, but like, especially, I have that too. Sometimes I have periods where I will consistently wake up, like, at 2 a.m. Man, I sing 2 a.m. like I'm an American. At 2 in the morning. And I just get up and I go to the toilet and go back to sleep. But actually having a slightly longer time of being awake probably would be fine too. It just kind of depends on how you function as a person. Like, it depends. Everyone's sleep-wake schedule is slightly different. Which is actually would have been really important back in the day, because someone is needing to keep watch whilst, like, the group sleeps. It is actually crucial. We're not all morning people or all evening people, because then we don't all need to sleep at the same time, and that is good for surviving. Don't worry, I do the same thing because American friends. Yeah, I'm so used to having to translate. I'm just pre-translating. Like, yes. Let's make it... Let's make sure we say it in freedom units, otherwise they won't understand. You know how I learned how to read freedom units? Sims 3. Sims 3, or at least freedom units in time. Like, I still don't understand feet and inches. But, like, Sims 3, because the default setting, for some reason, was in, like, AM and PM. You can actually change that, but little me didn't know that. Heck, little me didn't... I mean, Sims 3 was in Dutch. Yeah, I could put that in Dutch. But little me didn't, like, go into the settings that much. So... Oh yeah, pounds also, like... I mean... It's just so confusing. And then you have stones too? Or temperature. Yeah, no. Like, someone told me to imagine Fahrenheit more of like a 0 to 100% of how comfortable it's for a person. I'm like, So like then 100 Fahrenheit would be like kind of hot, but 50% would be doable, but 30% would be cold, something like that. I'm like, I don't think that's how it works, but you know, I don't have enough brain power to really put in to make sense of that. I don't think how it works either. Yeah. Love you Americans, but no. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they will ever go over on the metric system. Like, pretty much the entire world uses it. It has several times led to pretty major issues in, like, rocket building because something wasn't translated to the metric system right. And, like, just... It is such a pain to learn. Like, Americans will go, oh yeah, to, like, know how much things, like... miles are in things, it's like tomatoes. Just remember that there's this. I'm like, no, just remember. It is divided by 10. And then the other thing is also divided by 10. It is infinitely easier, please. Stop. Do yourself a service. Just use the metric system. I swear once you're used to it, it is so much easier. The only times I use the metric system is when I'm using sayings like inching closer to someone. You know, you don't say metering closer to someone. There will be a time that if the metric system starts getting picked up and that kind of stuff gets, like, is no longer in use, people will, like, wonder where inching closer to someone came from, because it's like, what does that mean? Where does inch come from? And then people will have to explain, yeah, that's the system of measurements we used to use. Just like how saying wrong line isn't really, like, for when you're getting a call from the wrong person, it doesn't really make much sense anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the world, like literally most of the world, uses meters, kilogram, and Celsius, and there's like America and like 1 or 2 small countries. What's wrong line? JK. In Dutch it's verkeerd verbonden. Yeah, we're missing something. Question is what? Do I want a... Definitely not like this strong. But... something here? Guess we would have like a brightness here because of the light coming through. Yeah, I do like that. That's a good color. Ik hou van jou. That's an easy translation. She said it. I do translate all the things. Even they are just translations. People have tried to claim that me translating the cute thing makes me like claim it, which is not the case. I can now continue. Oh, that is sweet. I hope you do have a good rest of your day if you like have to hop out because you need to do things. Like, or even if you don't have to hop out, I just hope you have a good day. But if this means you have to hop out, then Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, I definitely like that brightness there. So I probably want to... No, I should be good for a bit more. Alright. Glad to have you, but also no pressure. Like, I don't want anyone to feel obligated to stick around if they can't, or if they don't want to. I'm always happy to have people, but also, life's important. There's many things that most of us need to be doing. Hey, it's not often I get to see stream. Yeah, I guess our schedules don't really align much. It is nice to have you here. Push this a little more. Maybe a bit too much. Let's check our values. Is a bit much. And I can probably push this light a little, because now it would make more sense for that to be brighter. The thing is, I could try a line for some time for a collab if you want, so don't hesitate to reach out to me. Yeah, I've been wanting to do more collabs, but also I'm like constantly overwhelmed with how much stuff I need to do, and then I blink and then 3 weeks have passed and I'm like, oh, oops. You know, I've been getting more Among Us videos recommended to me again. I'm like, gosh dang, now I want to play this with friends. I feel that, yeah, it's like, I want to do stuff with people, but also I'm constantly feeling like I'm doing one thing after another and overwhelmed with how much stuff is happening. I've been doing too many projects. Same here. I'm like, I need to like chill for a bit. Because like I have Artfight, which is a completely self-imposed project, but still like I want to make the best of it, and I want to like finish the attacks I'm doing and also do the revenges. And then I have the commission that I still have that I was able to like put on hold for Artfight, like I discussed that with the person. And then like I got your birthday coming up, which I'm looking forward to, but it's like, it's a thing. It is something I do need to keep in mind. And I'm gonna like see friends the Saturday before that. And then I had another birthday before that. I want to do more than I can, but I got to priority. Yeah, exactly. There's so many things I want to do. Like, if I had the energy, I would be doing collab streams and stuff with friends like all the time. I would want to hang out with friends more. Oh, busy bee. Yeah. Like I feel so flattered. I'm getting invited to so many things, and I want to do them all. But I'm also like I've said to myself for now 3 months in a row, like, okay, I need to take it easier next month. And then I don't. And I really need to like chill soon, because I I'm going to burn myself out. But it's so hard because there's so many fun things. It's like, gosh dang it. Why? Alicia's amazing for ability work as much as she does. Like, did you see how many she did max one day? Yeah, Alicia is on another level on arting. Like, I'm honestly, I'm both impressed and a little terrified. Like, what soul pack does she have? Can she give me like the number? I might be considering. I made like a phone sign with my fingers, and then I realized none of you are gonna be able to see that because I don't have hand tracking. I don't know why I still emote with my hands. Like, I'm more inclined to do it when I'm drawing for some reason. So you'll see me like stop drawing. That's when I'm doing funky hand things that none of you can see. No, that isn't quite working for me. Oh, that might be it. Yeah. There we go. Usually the middle part would be where it is brightest, but I kind of want to have the implication that they're casting a shadow, so... I do the same thing. That's why when I do certain things, I make them a toggle for the next model. Yeah, I made this one in like 3 live to delete, so it has all of the things it could have already on there. If I make another one and I wanted to have more functionality than this, I will need to like use the free trial period or like just get it. But I'm a cheapskate. I don't like spending money. I'm also proud you got into live 2D, by the way. Oh, thank you. It was scary, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of terrifying. I'm honestly surprised with how well this model came out. Like, it is held together with duct tape and hopes and dreams, and I am so surprised it is functioning as well as it is. Because, goodness no, like, the moon knows I had no clue what I was doing. Oh goodness, thank you for the bits. That's so sweet of you, Ebru. Part of the fun's to get the live TT subscription if you do. Yeah, I've been saving up. But first I have like a lot of other art projects. And if I do, like I don't have it as clear in my head anymore. But like right after I was done, it's like, okay, there would be a million things I would do differently in the next one. I definitely would want to like draw just, I think, a new base set of stuff to work from, new layers. Like, I definitely will be doing the hair different because I drew the hair like already curved, but honestly, that's not really useful. I think I'd want to draw it like straight strands down and then curve it in Live 2D. I think that would work a lot better with the physics. And I definitely need to do something different for the ear tufts, because I want them to have more of a 3D vibe when like feel when moving around. I'd also really love to have hand tracking somehow, but I don't know how to do that in Live 2D. that might be a little bit too much of a big plans. Spent quite a bit of money yesterday. I had to buy new rain clothes. My old rain pants leaked in water, so really needed. Yeah. Yeah, once they don't function as they're supposed to anymore, it is time for new things. Let's check our values. Yeah, that works. It's a little bright. It's not really shadow area anymore, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to be like, oh yeah, light is just going straight through. See, I initially had like macarons here, and I'm feeling like the lack of stuff in this part of the drawing, but I don't think doing like some macarons in the background would work now. Like for one, I'd need to make it very faded, but let's see if I do some Oh, I need to remove you. A bit here and then... Yeah. No, I don't think I should do that. I don't think I can, like, get that to look right. You normally want to straight as much as you can, bending in live 2D. You can use hand stuff and toggles. It's easier than doing hand tracking. But if you want to do hand tracking, I don't mind helping you out. Thank you. That'll be like a very far in the future thing. Like, expect it to at least be half a year. But I do really appreciate the offer. I feel like I'm missing something. What I could do... Like, I feel like putting something here... It wouldn't make much sense to put, like, leaves here, but... would look nice with a foreground thingy. The thing is just... What would work as a foreground thingy? Like a salsa or something would work. I want something that goes like... Don't worry, the offer stands for a lifetime. Oh. If you got any questions regarding live today, feel free to ask me. If this is for Artfight, I'm curious how many points this would rack up, because geez, it's detailed. I mean, I would like put this on the like polished with background stuff category because it's like a lot. I don't know. I think it gets about 50 points. I've done others that are this highly detailed. Honestly, I'm overdoing for the amount of things I wanted to draw. I have made them all too complicated. Yeah, same. So I'm curious how much it would be. Yeah, I feel like putting something here, but I can't really think of something good, you know? Jacket, dang, can't spell today. Unless it's the same team. No, it should at least be 70. It isn't the same team, and I'm not sure how much it'll be. I guess I could. What would be in a bakery? That would make sense. I mean, having a fork stick up in the foreground wouldn't really make much sense either. Let me know when you get the score, because I'm curious. I'll try and keep that in mind. Poke me about it if it seems I've forgotten, because I might have. because I'll try and remember, but after, like, I'll only post after stream, even if it's done now. So I might have forgotten by then. Did have a picture of macarons somewhere in there, right? Yeah, sort of. What if I put a... No. No. Feels kinda empty, but I just can't think of anything that would work. You can see what was there in the original sketch, and that's why it feels so empty, but it doesn't look right to add them now. Okay, so I think it's done. Like, I think if I'd add more, I'd just overwork it. Let's add a signature. I guess seeing as we have a pretty big empty space here, we'll add it here. I never get my signature right in one go. If I'd have to actually write signatures on paper, this would be a... They would look a lot wonkier. You'd think by now I would have, you know, written it enough to get it good in one go, but most of the time, takes several tries. There we go. I'm looking forward to something. I bought Alicia a plush based on her design because we are thinking of having our own stall next year at an anime convention. I'm getting a plushie for both of us made as an eye catcher for people to save for our brand. That is such a cute idea. That is, you both do have very plushy friendly designs, I think. That'll look great. And time to add my name all around the place. Especially for Artfight uploads, because apparently we do have a yoinking problem still. I mean, not that they could do much about that. You always want one on the character somewhere. But it's like, I don't want it to be too intrusive. You know? I need it to be somewhere there. I need it to not be... That'll work. Like, you'll be able to see it if you look. Such neat handwriting. I wouldn't say my handwriting is neat. I don't see it at all. Maybe make it a tiny bit darker. Yeah, I guess maybe the one at the top. Basically, these ones are meant to be like the clearly visible ones, and the other ones are meant to be like slightly hidden. So if someone yoinks the image, I can be like, hey, look, that's my name. It'll be hard to see, but if you like add the contrast, you'll be able to notice it. But it's meant to not be too intrusive to the picture, because I want to be good viewing, and I also want it to be something that someone that is lazy, that would want to steal it, would just overlook. Because like these two could be very easily painted out or cropped out. This one probably won't be noticed, and this one would be very close to the character. So, and I don't think, like, if you were to try and take this character out of this, it'll look weird because it has like highlights and stuff from outside. Like, I don't think it would look very good in isolation. I think that finishes this drawing. This took a very long time. I'll be like doing the details of uploading things off stream. It looks so damn good. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Now I have to think of what to do next, because I guess I do have a revenge. It looks so amazing. I'm so... Oh, thank you. That is really nice to hear. Yeah, it took a while. This was a very big drawing. I really need to, after this one, I need to like tone it down on the sheer like details I put in the drawings. I like how the T on the top is like an 8 shape, which stands for infinity. Oh yeah, I guess it is sort of like that. I really like with my potions to make sort of a wobble in there. To like show in the T, it's like a little difficult to see in this case, but this is supposed to be behind and it's supposed to be in front. It isn't very clearly shown in this one, but I like to have it a in motion of sorts, if I can. But the thing is that I don't want the liquid to take off all the focus from the character, so I also needed to just like chill on it a bit. You can't, if you put details everywhere, it'll just be too much. I think I'm gonna take a water break, because we're out of like pre-roll free time and I need to grab some water. And also think about what I'm gonna do next. If I'm gonna do more drawing, or if I'm gonna switch to a game early, because yeah, it's quite easy to go overboard. Yeah, I'm certain, like I certainly have done that many times. I just like adding shiny things and just layering stuff, which is good for glass, but it also makes things very quickly get too much and too hectic. I think I kept it decently in check with this one, especially because I focus on the value so much. I think this is like one of my better pieces, this Artfight, because I focused on the values so much. Like, it is clear. It has good focus on and balance, I think, compared to the other ones, which were many values all over the place. I'll focus good. Yeah. After my older 2 drawings where I was like, you know, I think we might have lost value focus. I think this one we got it. In any case, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some water. I suggest you guys do the same thing, and then I'm gonna need to think of what to do next. So, give me a moment. There we are. Hydration check. Taking a sip of the waters. Water review. Nice and watery. Now, I do have a revenge I was working on. The thing is, I'm kind of shy about people watching me canoodling, like on stream, like just figuring things out. I like just being already past the sketch phase, but I'm not past the sketch phase in this one. But I guess we can give it a go. Because, I feel that, yeah, it's just like, it's one thing to do the shading, but it's another thing to have to figure out like the sketch stuff. Hello, Markachin. Good evening, adorably. I'm not cute, but thank you. Good evening. I hope you're doing well. No one will judge you, I promise. That's a big promise to make. But yeah, I found this and I was like, this is perfect. And I was like, now I need to alter it. And now I'm like, actually, I should have switched these two around. Like, I should have had Alicia in there. But I really like the expression I managed to get for Alicia here. The pose, the position in the scene is so hard to do under pressure. People are allowed to judge me. You cannot ban people for that in the set. I am, like, streaming myself drawing. Also, I will need to actually get the references of the other person. I was joking. Just making sure. Okay, Artfight. Will you behave? I think they can if they're mean about it. Even if they're mean about it, I don't like banning people. Like, unless they're either actively being hostile to someone else in the chat, or just, like, straight up, like, breaking rules, like using slurs or something like that. Like, I much rather, like, talk to people and allow them a chance to adjust their behavior than, like, it is entirely fair to also just ban someone. Like, you're here for your own fun, and if someone else is being a jerk, then, like, you are under no obligation to tolerate that. You're too kind on them. Yeah, I just like being like, okay, but why? Like, are you... It's not very nice. But why are you here? You can just vibe. People are allowed to come here and say that I suck. It wouldn't be nice, but to me that wouldn't be ban worthy. Now, if they're gonna go be a jerk to other people or like make people very uncomfortable or just like do stuff against TOS or I don't know, then yeah, that is a ban. But I don't know. I want to give people the chance to, like, adjust their actions. Like, hey, don't. And if they keep pushing it, then it's a ban. But, I take feedback when it has actually points to improve instead of, gosh, this is so ugly. I haven't had anyone do that. I might change my mind. Like, I'm talking the big talk right now. I'm very aware. But, if it like starts becoming an issue, then I might be like, okay, I'll instate a rule of like, okay, I don't want comments on the art when I'm working on it unless I ask for feedback. And then if people come in and just throw unsolicited like critiques my way, then that might be it. But it's because your art is so damn... No, that's very sweet of you. Oh, a big image. You know, the extra nervous things. I'm gonna have to draw someone whilst they're here. Ah. Like, it's one thing to be canoodling a doodle of someone that isn't even here, but now I'm gonna be doing a design of someone that is actually present. Let's actually remove the background here. That makes it a lot easier. Oh, get that away. There we go. No, I don't. I like having you here. I'm just nervous. I get it. Yeah, it's like it's wanting... Ooh, a big... Wait, idea. What I should do is like save these. See, number 18 in terms of references. What's the... Okay. Gotta make sure I save it under the right name, because I like saving it under the Artfight name. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm aware. We're just staring at the picture right now. But and then not sure how I'm gonna... Yeah, that's just gonna be a single frame. We'll remove the dark part, because I think this is a good reference still, because we have several different outfits to choose from to simplify a bit. Let's see, where's my references? There. And then if we pull them in from here, we'll have an actually translucent background. It's a big one because it's my model. Yeah. Very large. I like the lace. It's very intricate. I might not draw the lace. Not gonna lie, might have to skip on that. Oh, I remember that bitch from your collab long ago. Yep. She's here. Simplify it as little as you can. Yeah. Like, it would look very odd if I were to not simplify you compared to Alicia right now. But hi, Will. How you doing? I don't want to go later, but I have to. Relatable. So, we'll keep the box, and then we'll... Time to fill in front of a lot of people, because I am not going to... People sketching is hard. You know, it's real hard. We have like a... curve and a face about here. I think mine is more exaggerated, but that's fine. We can exaggerate it more. And then we need to make sure that we have space for the hat. So let's scoot you over a little. Because that Lolita one was so hard to make and design to not make it too complicated. Yeah, I love lace in designs because it's so damn pretty, but I'll never add lace to myself because I'm too lazy. I don't want to have to draw that. I do dislike waiting for trains and buses. I dislike knowing I have to go out and then having to wait for that. Don't. It's a hassle on a freaking rig. Yeah, like just the whole reason my design is as it is right now is because I know I'll have to draw it and I don't want to give myself more work. So it's like, oh, this would be cool and a nice detail. And I was like, no, that's a detail I'll have to draw. That would be a future Luna problem. And for once, I'm actually considering future Luna. Ain't that real? Yeah. So the design has stayed relatively simple because of that. I went through a lot of iterations and I chucked out so many extra details. I do eventually maybe want alternate outfits and like focus, like do stuff with the lore because I have ideas, but also it's like that is all me work. That's all Luna work. So I'm gonna need to like, you know, think about it. Good. You learned your lesson. Keep the scope realistic. Good on you. Yeah. You know, the thing that I've been preaching for a while, for once I listened to it. See, this cartoony person would have their hips around here. It is hard to cartoonify and then still keep proportions. I don't know how other people do it. Like it wouldn't really be proportion-wise cartoonify, but like keep in mind where is what. In Chibi, we can do bean, so I guess we'll sort of beanify it. We want to keep the gesture good. That's the most important thing. Also, knife update. They found my hiding spot. Another knife has been lost too, actually, because one time I had to just set it aside while talking to a coworker and someone came and took it right before my eyes. I didn't say anything since I was busy talking, but I now know the face of at least one knife thief. I did find a new hiding spot. It's worked out so far. It's a bit more of a hassle since it's, well, more well hidden, but you gotta do what you gotta do to preserve your knife. Your work shenanigans are very interesting to hear about. Maybe it's rude to ask, but did you make a naked swimsuit base of your model so it's easier to change outfits? I couldn't do that with this model because I just ran out of layers. So, because of using the free version. So there's no like nude version under this. And in any case, if I were to make a new, like go back in, I think I'd probably want to do things different from the ground up. So I'd probably try and make a nude base and then put clothes on top of that if I'm gonna like do a version that would be for like done in not free version of Live 2D anyway. It'll be a very long time away before I have time to work on that, and also I'm still not recovered from the amount of work this one was. But do you have a nude asset amongst your drawings? No. You would want that shoulder part to like flow into the... Oh, people are being loud outside. Is that being picked up? I don't think so. That to flow into the arm. And this arm is clearly meant to be behind. So we'll keep that same. This one is very much further stretched up, so I think we might want to lower this to one. Because it's like barely with the hips out, and having to not draw extra leggies would be good. And I think the pose works better if the arm is like fully outstretched. It's like, yes, full arm length. Figured out with standard practication, indeed want to tweak outfits. Not a detailed base, obviously, just like a relatively featureless Barbie base. Don't worry, I got it locked in as a B-Day / Crimbo gift whenever she's ready. You guys are too sweet. And I can't believe you're conspiring against me in front of my nose. But yeah, that would be standard practice, Will. You're correct. The problem is that you can't do that if you don't have enough layers, which you don't in the free version. So it's like, and you don't want to import those layers. So even though in like the very sketchy layers, I do have that base, I didn't render that. And if I do make a model with like the paid version with all of the layers intact, like all of those layers, so I have a new base and I can add to it more, I would probably want to draw like a different base entirely anyways, because there's just a bunch of stuff I kind of want to change. Like, I'm very inconsistent with how I draw people. I don't have a set style for them. Also, I don't mind conspiring in front of you. Wasn't it you who said that rather? True, but I mean, true. You're right. I do prefer knowing, but also the audacity. Quote unquote endearing. Oh yeah, your art is always evolving. I mean, everyone's art is, but I want to figure out a more like set style for people, not because I want to lock myself into a style, but just more like a practice, a method. I want a more consistent method for myself so I can actually trust the process, because I don't have a process right now. I'm just refiguring out the wheel every time, and I'm like, yeah, that's not very efficient. Okay, we want a curve and we want a pinch. Now the head is quite leaned back, but I mean, that could be actually like adding to the pose. The ever elusive style. Yeah. You just know that whenever you recharge your modeling batteries, you've got at least 2 sponsors ready to fund your subscription. Yeah, I mean, when that's the case. I'm normally asleep at this time, so I miss a lot of their streams. Feel free to also combine outfits. Like, if you like certain elements more than outfit than others. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Like, I'm not sure yet. Like, I kind of like having a sighting on the hat, but I'll see. They're all neat. Like, they all have their own little just like fun stuff about them. Yeah, it's I have big plans and big ideas, and like so many things I want to do. But I think this model is like very good for what for my first attempt, basically. I maybe overdo the arm length now. This might be too much of an arm length. Trying to keep in mind this is cartoony, so I do want to exaggerate the pose. Like, let's try and keep construction in mind, but also not lose the dynamic part of it, which is a little more difficult because we do have the dress to keep in mind. I want to keep this curve intact. That's a very important curve. But even though we do have the dress that would start. Also don't have like a belt around the waist area. Actually, do we wanna? No, it would curve like this. Gotta keep in mind this cartoony side, you want to exaggerate, immediately moves the brush onto the chest. No, this is just like the action line. I haven't even drawn the chest yet. This would still be like, at least to me, this reads more like a masculine body type, because there's no, like, there needs to be a that there. But first I want to try and figure out the general shapes and the gesture. Do we want to have it go all the way into the box, or do we want to like keep the dress part kind of short to show leggies under it? I have to cut the quote short for the joke to work, you know, just casually withholding information just for the sake of the narrative. I'd make such a good political commentator. Luna, yeah? You're a cute owl. No. Thank you, but no. Definitely want this shoulder to pop out. Gonna need to keep in mind that there would be some kind of crinkle if I have the hand sit here. I don't want it to... I want it to be the opposite way. Like, not like that one, but where you kind of put the back of your hand. Based on the reference on the side, I take this as not... Oh, I was just like... I looked for funny, like, couple postings, and I saw just a bunch of memes, and then I saw this one. It's like, you know what? I really like this vibe. I don't know what this meant, but I'm just imagining it as like I'm gonna maybe add like magical delivery or something, and just that she shipped herself like here. I don't know. I saw it and I was like, you know, this would be funny. I have never seen this before, but I like the vibes. No, I think I lost the gesture in the arm doing that. Crinkle there. Yeah, me too. I was like, it's probably from the Draw the Squad memes era. Probably. They make for very good like reference, like post ideas for character interactions. So we have like a crinkle here. Oh, if we had a cape, we should have like let it blow in the winds. We should have extended this image just to have a majestic cape blowing. Maybe we can do something with the dress though. We'll continue this line by like having it be part of the folds. So even though this would be the outline, we keep this strong gesture line hopefully intact by working it in that way. And then we'll just have like a vague indication of the legs down here, like probably probably a leg here, and there would be like another leg here. And I think this actually sits slightly higher. Let's make it a little like larger, make sure that it is easy to see. And put a little heart there, which I think is a good addition. This conveniently would like go up to the neck. This would be the parts of the collarbones. We would have gloves that come up to here. We will try and clean this up a little more, but also I want to try and keep it loose to keep the gesture in there. Also because that's the same we did with Alicia here. So if we were to take all of the sketchiness out of this, it'll look very old. Although I do think it would work very well with like the theme. Like if she's sketchy and this is like fully rendered, I think that would still work with the joke. We are going full confidence and smug. we have pretty sharp features here. I might have made this a little too puffy. Now the mouth doesn't look quite right. By the way, can you tag 2 people or does it not count the other person? You can tag 2 people. You can only really like target 1 person, but you can basically tag as many characters, up to 100 characters in the piece. So, hello Zen, I'm not too long up. Oh dear, have you not slept yet? I mean, I guess sometimes that happens. But yeah, it would only count as 1 revenge, unfortunately. So, depending on how crazy the other stuff I want to do is, I might draw another thing. I did sleep, but I got to sleep at like 3. Well, just try and take it easy today. Sometimes that just happens. Yeah, the face don't look right now. Also, I gotta go, Matt Sam. Alright, good luck. Thank you for hanging out. I really liked having you here. Have a good stream if I don't return before you end, Lunette. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Same, happy I could catch you. Bye bye. So we have this, like so. On a band. I want this heart more turned. Hello, Watcher. Thank you for the posture check. Make sure I stand up right. And then we'd have sparkles there, I think. Now let's try and mesh this to how I stylized this one, because I quite like that more stylized vibe. So, and I did this in a lot less lines. So I probably want to try and sort of simplify these. Like, it is allowed to be sketchy because the other one is too. I might actually keep this sketch layer under it still, like, visible, because it does add a lot of the motion. Hmm. Oh, there she goes being cute again. Yum, 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 yum. Nuh-uh. You know, those rings and the thin lines look weird. I need to... Yeah, we do want that sketch there. I think it adds flow. Make sure we get all the... gaps and such. And also remove all the bits and bobs we don't want. Really cute owl, right? Yeah. No. Red. Okay, this is still the same. Don't think I'm gonna add that lace. Just gonna have this go all the way up. Still. There would maybe probably be a slight dark trim here. I don't know for sure, but makes sense there would be. Might look better without. Why not? Because I is not. This is sort of the same color, but I don't want it to be exactly the same because that would be... Nederlands minuut. Ik praat niet heel veel terwijl ik teken, maar ik ga mijn best doen. Hoi hoi, hoe gaat het met jou? Het is goed om je te zien. Dat dit goed hebben. Het is misschien niet de beste laag volgorde. Maar ik wil ook niet te veel lagen hoeven te gebruiken. Het is best een simpel iets, dus dat zou niet nodig hoeven zijn. En ik ben best moe, dus als ik het een beetje simpel en overzichtelijk kan houden, zou dat fijn zijn. Maar ja, wanneer doe ik eigenlijk simpel en overzichtelijk? There you go. How are you doing? How's your day going? It's going pretty okay. I'm basically sleepy as always, but I'm making progress in Artfight attacks, so that's good. I want to do this with a different color so I can see what I'm doing better. And then I'll change it to the correct color in a bit. I want this to be behind everything. I think maybe I want to split the hair in 2 parts after all. So I have a behind part and a front part. I love the extreme look of judgment of the character on the right. Yeah. Thank you. Once I captured it, I was like, yeah, no, I need to see this through. I need to just like do something with this because it's a good look. It's a good expression. Okay, gloves and the whatchamacallit leggings. They're more gray and a little lighter. Yeah. And these would probably also be above the red. Oh. Huh. Oh, we have a gap here. We start with green so we can easily see what we're doing. You know, in this case, the heart is actually pink, but because we don't really have pink anywhere else, I think I'm gonna make the heart gold. So you have some of that gold come back in other parts of the outfit. Stretch. Let's put the face on their own separate thing. I'm gonna make the eyes the same color as the other red, just like slightly dim that. Oh, oops, threw it on the same layer. Don't want that. No, that's too dark. It looks really darn good already, even if it's in the early stage. Thank you. So, I'm not sure, like, I'm probably not going to make it as detailed as the other one. And actually, I'm definitely not going to make it as detailed as the other one. So it's not going to change significantly from how it looks now. Thank you for the hydration check. Sip of water. Let's see, let's give this some shading. We do have like a white trim here that maybe we do want to add. Okay, so this. I'll just keep the box behind. Hmm. Getting sleepy. I mean, like extra sleepy somehow. Somehow I have like only stages of sleep. I don't have awake, I just have less sleepy and more sleepy. Let's copy this over and give this a different color. Sleepy cute. No, not cute. Just sleepy. Get some shading on this. Hmm. The hat would most certainly cast a shadow. Let's just make this dark. I feel too glared at by my own drawing, like, Would have been inhaled. Time to walk, doggo. Alright, have a good walk, see. I will have to go fooding too soon. Just gonna attempt to... Maybe it'll just make more sense to keep that dark. Man, hair is hard. I wonder what food I will ingest this high noon. Probably just sandwiches. I mean, nothing wrong with sandwiches. Also, thank you for the hydration check. Adios. Appreciate it. That's my timer telling me to lunch because it's on my phone. It messes with the tracking for a moment. Shade on you. Yeah, I need to rest the shoulders soon. Like, for some reason I'm feeling it in my back. I'm standing up, so like my posture should be okay, but I'm getting stiff. Yeah. I could get at least like most of the flat shading done. That would be good. I would have liked if I got to do the like the fancy lighty parts. I do feel like I cleaned Ebru up a lot more than I did Alicia, but it's like I don't want to mess with this. This is great. This expression is just solid. I don't want to mess it up by cleaning it up too much. There's my gold. I just got back from Thursday's Snackos and I got a ham and cheese sandwich too. I guess today is just ham and cheese sandwich day. Good with Witch hat lady. Yeah. Brew. Let's get the sparkles in. No, Maruka. Why are they so displeased to get the cute witch hat lady? Because, I don't know, she shipped herself to this person. It's like, I don't know. They thought they get one package and they get another. I saw this and I was like, I need to draw this. So I put in these. Actually, in terms of personality, I think I should have switched them around, but I already had Alicia drawn and I was like, no, I'm not messing with this. This is perfect. So the roles are reversed. Maybe she ordered a cute witch boy or a cute night lady. I think it was just an unexpected shipping. Like, as in, now I'm visiting from across the world. You didn't expect me. I'm winding down for sleep, but I'm having you on until I'm knocked out. Aw. I do have to go eat lunch in like a couple minutes. But I hope I can give you some chill vibes until then. Who do you want to be called? Random spawn? I mean, I guess that's kind of fitting for your name. Thank DoorDash substituted my sandwich with a regular witch. That's clever. I like that one. It's not done, but I do think I need to call it here because my fingies are starting to get real tired. And I guess we did get quite a distance. I mean, we finished the other drawing. This background music is suitable for sleep anyway, so even if you're going on break, it should be fine. Yeah. Stretchy stretch. Yes. Gonna just save this. I'll teapot it well. I did teapot quite well. And go here. No? Come on. There we go. Yeah. The drawing looks great. Thank you. I would show the other thing I made, but I really need to get some noms in and to, like, just stretch the fingies and get some water and such. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out so far. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys had fun. It's always it was somehow scarier to work on like the less refined drawing than on the refined one, because like figuring out posing and sketching and stuff whilst people are watching is a lot more scary than like working on colors for me. Keep the stream open to boost your favorite outfits. Yeah, I won't be gone. I'll be taking a 15-minute lunch break, and after that we'll continue with Civ. So thank you guys so much for hanging out so far. I really appreciate it. You've been a good vibe and very, very kind and positive, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, I'll see y'all in a bit. But you did well. Thank you. Take care. Go get yourself some noms too.